So Topstep just made a really big decision that's going to impact almost everyone in the prop firm space. What that was is they said the platform they run, Platform X, which is basically Topstep X, like they call it like Alpha Tickets, Alpha Futures, different things, but Project X, right? So in case you didn't know, Topstep runs that, and they recently announced all the partners they're working with that I think it starts February 28th. They're no longer offering services to other prop firms. So if you want to trade with Platform X, you're going to have to trade at Topstep. Now, honestly, from Topstep point of view, there's a lot of reasons they could have done this. The first reason they could have potentially done this for is they say, you know what, a lot of traders, they're like loyal to Platform X. They really want to trade in Platform X, and our revenue is probably going down because other firms are taking away our business, right? They're undercutting us, they're giving better offerings sometimes. So they said, you know what, all these traders love Platform X. How do we get the traders back to us? You know, they could say we're the only platform with Project X. But on the going the other way, right? They could all have also been afraid of a lawsuit because there was an incident recently where they managed the platform Alpha Ticks, right, for Alpha Futures, and Alpha Futures said we wanted these conditions because there was like the Amazon Web Services issue, right, where they had an outage and it affected all the top step app platforms. But Alpha Future is saying we want these things done. We want the losses to be voided, but the winning trades to keep, right? And at first they were giving them a hard time about that. They were going back and forth, and Alpha Futures was like, Project X is honestly giving us a hard time, and they were very transparent about it. So maybe Topstep's afraid one of these other prop firms is going to come around and sue them and say, you know what, they're giving preferential treatment to their own customers, and it's also basically a monopoly, right? If there's one platform that every prop firm is using, but one of the leading prop firms owns this platform, I'm not saying they necessarily would do this, but they have the power, they have the ability to manipulate the other firms, right? They could sabotage their competition if they wanted. I'm not saying they would do that, but they could have thought to themselves, you know what, this is a huge liability for us and we could get sued for this. So honestly, I mean, like, I'm not Topstep. I don't know their methodology behind doing this, and there's pros and cons to it, right? There's good and bad things for the traders, the prop firms, and everything, but it's definitely something interesting, and honestly came out of left field for me because I never would have expected this, because I assumed they were making some form of income from partnering with all these prop firms running the service for them. But it's also possible they could make more money if they just try to keep all the customers for themselves. But honestly, very interesting stuff. So I guess a lot of traders are going to be going back to Trade of 8.